It's just the wackiest shit ever. And today I just learned about a new weirdo who's making claims that if you don't sit down on a bench properly, it means people don't take you seriously. So he's trying to educate people on like proper sitting techniques, as well as how to carry a folder like a man and how to have your coffee cup serve you.
Brother, you have to be present with anything that you do. Simply taking a seat. If you're not paying attention, you start looking around and drop it. That's gonna take away from your first impression. Lowers your status. And people around you, not gonna take you seriously. Move with purpose. So know already where you're gonna land, where you're gonna take a seat, and make it look effortless. Like an expert, not like a dog that's trying to take a dump.
Yeah, all those sitting experts, you want to emulate them. I feel like as long as you get those cheeks on the target, you've fundamentally become an expert at sitting. I don't think there's like ranked or professional levels of popping a squat, you know what I mean? Have you heard about this hustle cult? Whoa, wait. He claims he can bend and compress time to turn 1 day into 3. His name is Ed Millett?
So I measure time. I've compressed and condensed time. I've bent it. My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack it up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise. So,
fuck, he's good. The only thing more pathetic than a guy who calls himself an alpha male is a guy who calls himself an alpha male and then tries to sell advice to desperate, lonely men.
Hey guys, it's your boy Fresh Prince CEO, and today we're gonna talk about all my W's. Stay tuned for it.
I love intros like these. You get some like wacky wubby dubstep kind of shit going on there with a dumb intro. It is so nostalgic. Takes me right back to 2011. Anyway, this is the Fresh and Fit podcast. The entire purpose of this show is to bring women on to insult and belittle them to their face, while also preaching that men should have the right to cheat on their significant other as many times as they want, whereas their significant other isn't even allowed to look at other men. They have to go in public with like fucking horse blinders on, and if they even so much as glance at a dude, you need to kick them to the streets immediately because they're a fucking disgusting, worthless whore.
Here are 3 weird signs that no one thinks you're attractive. Number 1, you have to wait in line wherever you go. People tend to let attractive people skip lines.
No, they don't. Not even in your wildest dreams is that a normal occurrence. Very few souls on God's green earth are going to let someone cut them in line just because they're attractive. Like maybe there's a couple isolated cases where some virgin goober who used like an Ask Reddit thread looking for advice on how to break the ice with a girl might let her like cut in front of him at a coffee shop or something in the hopes that maybe it'll spark a conversation, he'll get her number and they'll get married. But that's not normal. Attractive people don't just get to part the seas like Moses anytime they walk into a Chipotle. Like, who even hears that and believes him? That's never happened to him, I promise, and it doesn't happen to anybody.
If you want to be seen as the hottest girl in the room and you want to be seen like royalty, so everyone starts giving you princess treatment, this is what you gotta do. What I'm gonna say is literally the most gate-kept secret. This works even if you don't have pretty privilege, even if you aren't the smartest girl, you don't have the nicest handbag.
Don't listen to her. No Birkin bag, no boyfriend. Everybody knows that. Them's the rules there. You can't find love unless you have the nicest handbag. You can see how closely this mirrors the alpha male courses. It's hitting the same beats. This is the #1 life hack science doesn't want you to know. It's gatekept. Even though I'm also charging money for the same information. But that's not gatekeeping. I'm trying to give you access to all of it for a low price of only $37 with her course. Wow! Finally, the gates have been busted down for the secrets of how to get the princess treatment.
Sure you don't ruin your first impression taking a drink from your favorite latte. How about you do this? Stop serving the cup. Drink it like a man. How did it look?
It looked robotic. Looks like Detroit Become Human. This guy's voice sounds like AI as well. What do you mean, stop serving the cup? You just drank coffee. Can you imagine a world the world this guy lives in, where if he like accidentally leans forward a little too much to drink the coffee, he starts like looking around frantically, expecting the entire establishment to just go, ew, did he just serve the coffee cup instead of letting it serve him? Oh my god, what a subhuman beta male. He didn't drink that shit like a man at all. Brother, you're drinking coffee. Nobody gives a fuck if you lean over to drink the coffee slightly, or if you're standing upright like you're setting a screen in basketball and then bring the coffee cup up to yourself. No one cares.
All right, guys, so you heard my L's, marrying a single mom, getting left out in the cold, basically in the car, never came downstairs. But today we're gonna talk about my W in terms of having 3 women in one day.
Let me stop you right there. I already don't believe you. It's super hard to think that anything they say is real when they constantly make stupid fucking claims like this one.
Not to mention they've both shown themselves to be frauds time and time again.
You know, we're both triple-digit notch count. He's in the quadruples.
There is no reality in the entirety of the fucking multiverse where this man has slept with one woman, let alone over 1,000 of them. Doctor Strange could peer into an endless multiverse and never find one where this guy slept with 1,000 women. They just say a whole bunch of made-up bullshit constantly.
But I met this guy at a pool party. He's an NBA player. I won't say his name for some reasons, but you know, he's a pretty top-tier guy, high-value guy, right? I'm at the bar ordering drinks for my friends, and he says, yo, bro, what's a good spot to go party at tonight? I told him, look, bro, you can go downtown, you can go to Brickell, Wynwood, doesn't really matter, but I'm going to downtown because it's a really good spot. And then he's like, yo, bro, are you on Instagram?
And then he added me on Instagram, we became best friends, he got me a tryout with his NBA team, which I absolutely crushed and became a starter on the squad, setting NBA world records. He invited me to Thanksgiving at his parents' house, I fucked his mom, and then the whole family clapped. What hope do we have to challenge this man? He's gonna kick our butt? No! Ed, please! What do the comments say? I have to know. Okay, good. I thought the comments might be like believing this shit. This is actually true. He's only 14 years old and look at him. Yeah, did he say 300 years?
So I measure time. I've
I know, that's a good
compressed and
question. Let me
condensed
hear.
time. I've bent it.
There's so much other
6 a.m.
insanity.
to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago.
You're right. That completely slipped under my radar the first time because it was sandwiched in between other lunacy. He thinks cavemen... He thinks we were cavemen 300 years ago? Wow. He's gonna be beside himself when that realization sets in. In his years, that's a lot. Oh, that's true. Because he operates in, like, dog years. You're right. I didn't think about that. Dude must think medieval civilization was prehistoric. He probably thinks medieval civilization was, like, 40 years ago. Bro is the American Doctor Who. Pretty much. What else does he talk about? If you're still operating like a day is 24 hours long, you're cheating yourself. Man, he is really fixated on that. He really likes that.
You do not believe in a 24-hour day.
Heck no. You know, it's the dumbest thing in the world. Do we still measure time like we did 100 years ago?
Really?
If I wrote you a letter 100 years ago, I'd have to write this thing out on some ink, strap it on the back of a horse's butt.
Right.
30 days later, you might get it.
Are you fucking stupid? Brother, 100 years ago was 1925. What is up with his perception of time? Holy shit. What? No, we were cavemen back then. True. We were all horse and buggy. We had to use quill and fucking turpentine, scarabs and all kinds of stuff. Fucking pyramids were under construction back then. Yeah, it was different. It was real different. Sheepskin for parchment.
What is that, Chipotle? When you go somewhere and you're an attractive person, people tend to give you more favors. If you're not getting these kind of favors from people, people don't think you look that good, bro.
I just can't picture someone who sits down and listens to that hogwash and like seriously reflects on it going, damn, now that I think about it, no one's ever let me cut them in line randomly, all because of my Adonis-like figure and great looks. I guess I'm really just not good looking. This is something that clearly happens for beautiful people. Fucking cartoons don't even have that happen.
Number 2, women never buy you expensive gifts. When you're an attractive guy, women tend to buy you things of real high worth. The better you look, the more women are willing to go above and beyond to show that they appreciate you.
Jinkies, this guy thinks that being attractive is like a cheat code in a video game. Like everyone just gives over all of their loot to you because you've reached max charisma. Like you just stand at the Grand Exchange in RuneScape and people are just giving you all of their items or some shit. All just because you're good looking. What? What woman is going up to a stranger and giving him a Louis Vuitton bag because he's great looking? Also, why are you getting a Louis Vuitton bag? I imagine what happened here is he bought her an expensive gift and then told her to give it to him for the sake of this fucking stupid video. That's what I think was going on with that little scene there. I just love his mentality around it though. You might be ugly as shit if people aren't letting you cut in line and if they're not giving you Gucci bags. I'm just saying. Every time I go somewhere, everyone says, holy shit, he's beautiful. Everyone move! Move! Can't you see he wants to eat Chipotle? Clear path, move! He's so good looking. Go on. Also, throw your wallets at him, quick. He deserves more items. We have to shower him with gifts to show him how much we appreciate his good looks and he's gracing us with his presence.
Like, literally anybody can do this and make people obsessed with them like that and start getting everyone to give them princess treatment, free things, opening doors for them, treating them like royalty.
Zoink, Scoob! This cheat code sounds real powerful. It's going to brainwash everyone around you into opening doors and treating you like royalty, and you don't even have to have pretty privilege or any of the other prerequisites. Well, this is gonna be a game changer, no doubt. She's just giving away the hidden gate-kept information to make you the belle of the ball that you were destined to become. Assuming, of course, you've got your wallet nearby.
Okay, so what you want to understand is that everybody sees you the way that you see yourself. And that the key to life as a woman is just literally learning how to act, learning how to think and feel and talk like you are royalty, like you are a feminine goddess who is just used to getting princess treatment, who literally never paid a bill in her life, who's just used to getting everyone serving her and pleasing her.
She says the word princess more times in this ad than a Discord moderator. It's mind-boggling. But she tries to drip feed you some tiddlywinks of the method here. Now, I think she is completely wrong about people seeing you the way you see yourself. That just does not happen, at least not for everybody, especially when it comes to first impressions. It's just not the way that the cookie crumbles most of the time. But to give a very charitable interpretation of what she's trying to say, I believe she's talking about carrying yourself with confidence. You know, you think of yourself like royalty, thus others might perceive you that way too. And in that regard, she's right. If you carry yourself confidently, it's going to lead to a more positive perception from others, as opposed to walking around with your head hanging low and you're kicking sand everywhere you go, feeling sorry and like doom and gloom. Then people might have a negative perception of you because that's what you're putting out there into the world. That's not a groundbreaking new take. I'm sure you've heard that a million times before, but she's packaging it as something that it's not. About how this is going to enable you to get princess treatment and everyone's holding doors for you because you walk around like your shit doesn't stink. It's not.
I was like, perfect. Yeah, I am. So I gave him my Instagram, and lo and behold, he followed me. He said, wait, you know this chick? So he pulls up this girl's profile, because you can see who's following someone that you just added from like the following list. I was like, yeah, I know her, bro. I used to like do her back in the day. He's like, damn, that's my shorty want to come in town. So basically, we were smashing the same chick.
No, you weren't. The only thing you've been smashing is your meat into your hand, you liar. This story's already got more plot holes in it than Kingdom Hearts. Why would an NBA player go up to a random guy at a pool party to ask for a party later? He's clearly already connected. He found out about the pool party, so why would he go up to a complete stranger at a bar to ask for further advice on partying, and then going a step further to add him on Instagram? That just doesn't make any sense. Unless Fresh and Fit dropped to the floor and sucked his dick raw at the bar in front of everyone, why would this NBA player care to add him on Instagram? NBA players, celebrities, they don't follow like anybody at all, except for like actual close friends or business partners or something like that. So why would he add a complete stranger who he only asked one question to, where should I party? And past that, why would he then check who this new guy was following? Hey, pardon me, I couldn't help but notice that this girl that I'm piping is being followed by you. Are you that creepy stalker she has a restraining order against, or like, what's the deal there? Are you guys friends? Oh, you guys used to fuck too? Alright, fist bump. We just became best friends, let's go.
So he's like, yo, dude, you know what? I'm having a mansion party, like, the next day. Come through, I got you. All this time, you know, we linked up the same night at the party spot I was going to. We connected, and funny enough, we dated the same girls, like a bunch of them. It was crazy, you know? Like we always say, me and Myron, a lot of these girls share the same high-value men, and they're around in the same circles, right?
You have the gall, the chutzpah, to sit here and insult not only the intelligence of your viewers, but insult God himself with the claim that you and the NBA player were having sex with the same women. Do you honestly expect anyone in the world to believe that? And then to have the audacity to make the claim that women go for the same high-value males? You are somehow putting yourself in the same ballpark as a fucking NBA player. You who runs one of the most laughed at podcasts on the internet since the My Little Pony fan club radio show. You think that you are a same level of high value male as an NBA player? Fucking mind-blowing.
You ever wonder what it looks like from the side when you take a seat at the dinner table? Most of you will be leaning over the chair, pulling it over, then coming in and make it look effortless. Make that chair serve you. How does it look?
It looks like an Oblivion NPC. I've made that comparison like 3 times over the last month, but we are devolving to a point where people are emulating the behavior of the NPCs in fucking Elder Scrolls. That guy is actually going through the same animation they do when they sit down at a bar. What the fuck? It's so weird. That's like his catchphrase, make whatever serve you, which is just a straight up nothing statement. That's like me saying, I've been thinking, and now I just had a thought. Like, there's no substance to that. It's a fucking chair. No matter how you use it, it is serving you regardless. It always ends up the same. Your asshole planted on the chair. It is serving you no matter how you get there. The only time the chair wouldn't serve you is when you don't end up sitting on it. That's the only circumstance where that's a possibility. There is no universe that exists where you end up serving the chair. Unless you put a chair on top of another one and then never sit on it. It doesn't make any fucking sense. None of this does. Like, he gives these tutorials on shit like sitting down.
Here I am, grabbing it like an ape and coming to business meeting. Make sure not to use underhand grip when carrying the folder. Making it all about the folder, but not about yourself. You grab the folder, approaching the business meeting, in this manner. How does it look?
This one makes a lot of sense. You could lose your job over the way you handle your folders there. I can already picture it now, getting called into the big guy's office. Hey, listen, Charles, we loved having you at this company, but I saw you walking down the hall just a moment ago. It was very clear you were making it all about the folder. We're going to have to let you go. Thank you for your great work over the years, but we can't have that. You need to be the one serving the folder. We won't have this company infiltrated by you vermin, you cretins, that treat the folder like the center of attention. You gotta grip it like a man. And you're clearly not a man. So goodbye. And good riddance. To be honest, the more I watch, the more I start to understand. I've been looking at things a little differently in my room, starting to take notice of what I've been serving as opposed to the other way around. And the most obvious culprit is my mic. I've been the one serving my mic. I'm speaking to it. It's not speaking to me. So I'm going to change that right now. I'm going to let it serve me. How did it look? Who is clapping? How could anyone hear this? For even a second and be like, yes. Yes, he's speaking it. This is what I've been trying to say. Just because the guy takes a nap at noon? What the fuck, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. So because this guy goes to take a little snooze at noon like a little baby, a little toddler, and then starts his day when he opens his crusty little eyes and thinks it's a new day, all of a sudden that deserves some uproarious applause from whatever lobotomites are around thinking that somehow that makes sense? He's not even making a good point. It's not like his day is somehow more productive just because he tells himself that a new day has begun after his nap. Like, he's not even expressing anything helpful. This is more like one of the more psychotic ones I've seen.
Third day, second day, noon to 6 p.m. Same thing, that's another day, and 6 p.m. to midnight. I'm sleeping in some of those days too. I get 21 days a week.
Okay.
You stack that up over a year, I'm gonna kick your butt in
he's saying the
business in
same
life.
thing.
You stack that up over a decade, I get a bigger,
It's just so weird because it's not like that enables him to do anything else. He gets nothing more. He's not going to kick your butt over X amount of time period because the rest of the world is not operating on his perception of days. So his business, he can't change his business strategy based on what he believes is a different day. I'm going to... 21 days from now, we need to hop on a call. But to him, that's only a week. For everyone else, that's almost a month. Like, it doesn't change anything. It's useless. He's actually saying useless gobbledygook. How often have you gotten to the end of the day? Well, which day? One of your days or like a human day?
show you the view tonight. And you know, sometimes when I put these views up of the places, you know, I feel like I should put a disclaimer at the top that says this came with years and decades of hard times. And if you're going through those hard times right now, just know that I went through decades of them. Setbacks.
Yeah, but a decade is only like a year to you.
People thinking I was out of my mind to be pursuing 1,000 times better and sweeter than you think it'll be. Stay after it and stay you.
God, that was inspiring. Holy fuck. I'm gonna go take a nap and start my next day and then like 30 minutes from now.
And number 3, no one ever tells you bless you. When you sneeze, as an unattractive person, nobody notices you exist. The more attractive you are, everybody's telling you bless you. Why? Because they think you look good. When you don't look good, no one trying to bless you.
This technique is so advanced, I'm shitting my pants. I swear to God, I thought this was satire. I thought this was all a joke, and I thought it was kind of a banger skit, like a parody, but it's not. This is actually, he actually believes these things. This isn't a joke he's making. These are real videos, and this is his real whole personality. It's crazy. He truly believes that people saying bless you in public is an indication that you're good looking, and if someone doesn't say bless you, or if people don't say bless you after you sneeze, you must be ugly. Does he have a brain of like a 6-year-old? What? Just imagine that. Achoo! Get the fuck out of here. This ugly guy sneezed. He sneezed. Hey, that sneeze came from an ugly guy. No one say bless you. This guy looks like shit. He's got a stupid face. Fuck you. Boo! Boo! You're ugly. Meanwhile, if a pretty person sneezes, everyone's like throwing money at them and showering with gifts, letting them cut in line and saying bless you.
Here are some weird signs that you're an average man. Number 1, no one ever talks about your looks. Guys, if you never hear how handsome you are, you're an average dude. Especially from women. If you don't hear how cute, attractive, good looking you are, you're average, bro. Number 2, your net worth is under 6 figures. Guys, you no longer can be a man, an able-bodied man in 2023 in the Western world and have under 6 figures. You're making under 6 figures. Women won't even take you seriously, bro. You're a regular dude. You have to make more money.
This is just a box that you are obligated to check if you want to be an alpha male content creator or a red pill content creator. It has to be all about 6-figure income. That is a necessity. You will not make it in the space unless you are financially shaming the people that are watching you. I don't know why the audience loves to be humiliated by the person they're watching about their finances. It's some real cuck energy shit, but it is a requirement. So he's putting in the work there, letting people know like, hey, no. You gotta have 6 figures or else you're just an average cringe beta. And also, if women aren't telling you you're handsome, you're average. Mom tells me I'm handsome all the time, so I don't need to worry about that.
The second thing is obviously to dress and act like you are royalty, like you are in your feminine energy, and like you are literally untouchable, like you are a diamond. If you're like, Ariana, how do I even do that? Like every time I go out, I just feel uncomfortable being in my feminine energy or getting princess treatment, or I just feel like I don't know how to be seen or get people to be obsessed with me. This is what literally changed the way that I acted, the way that I felt about myself, the way that I portrayed myself in public.
She said a whole bunch of words that led to absolutely nothing at all. There was no eureka moment there. There was no kind of like mic drop lore or tutorial or anything even hidden in that. Nothing at all. She just said a couple buzzwords like being in your feminine energy, which she says a lot, and it's also all over her website. She treats the term feminine energy like it's Nin from Hunter x Hunter. It's a little absurd.
And changed the way that people see me overnight. So they started becoming obsessed with me, started opening doors for me, giving me princess treatment, literally trying to do anything, like literally giving you free things just to be in your energy. I downloaded the princess treatment formula to my phone.
There it is. There's the plug. So if you want to know how to get all the princess treatment and have everyone be obsessed with you, where they're holding doors open till the cows come home and the slight chance that you might walk through those doors at some point so they could be in your feminine energy, well, to get those secrets on how to achieve that, you gotta download her app. That's the only way. I'm surprised that this has been such a successful ad campaign for her, like this push to her formula has worked so well for her, because I think it's just an atrocious pitch. She's giving you nothing. She's just saying, like, so you're uncomfortable in your feminine energy? And you want, like, the princess treatment? You want men to be obsessed with you? Well, here's what I did to get them in my feminine energy. I downloaded the app on my phone. It's only $37. Like, that's not even selling anyone on anything. There's no reason why anyone would even be tempted to do that. You're just saying a bunch of fucking gobbledygook.
I'm at his mansion party, right? There's like 40 girls and like 5 guys. In my head, I'm like, yo, real talk, this is crazy. Like, I've never been at a party where there's been this much girls compared to guys. So I'm like, yo, how's this gonna work? He says to me, yo, come through, bro. So he's like, yo, pick 3 that you want, and I got you. I was like, 3 that I want? This is like a buffet? Shoot, I'll take it.
Bro, this does not sound like an NBA player. This sounds like human trafficking. Pick any 3 girls and I got you. That should be like setting off alarm bells in your head, I would think. What might have happened is some guy came up to him and lied like, yeah, I'm in the NBA, I'm also ex-Special Forces, over 500 confirmed kills, and I fuck on the daily. In fact, hourly. In fact, I'm gonna be late for a threesome right now. But yeah, anyway, just going back to fresh and fit lore here. So our boy is now at a mansion with 45 topless babes, big asses, sodden, dripping vaginas, and every single one of them has his name shaved into their pubic hair, I bet.
So I was like, yo, I like her, and her. He goes, talks to them, calls them over, and I kid you not, I got a bedroom for you over here, do your thing. I'm like, what the heck? Is it that easy? So what happened was, like, I talked to them real quick, they were mad cool, and legit, guys, I could have a threesome with them, but I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I had no idea what was going on. I was like, yo, this is too much for me. But
far be it from me to question the math here, but it would have been a foursome, not a threesome. Unless, of course, the 3 girls fucked each other and then told you to just go far away from them, like hide in the bathroom or something, which I imagine would have happened. Also, he speaks fondly of this event, but I imagine this was one of the worst days of all 3 of those women's lives. Assuming, of course, this story is real, which it's not. I'm just suspending disbelief for a moment. Obviously, he is literally making this shit up as he goes along.
What happened was, I did my thing with one of them, came back outside, hopped in the shower real quick, talked to the other one, went back in the room later on. So basically, I had 3 girls in one night. It sounds crazy, guys, but there's a whole nother world outside of the regular dating circle where guys of high value can actually like set up certain things that regular guys can't.
What an incredible story. I can't wait for the sequel. Fresh and fit in the goblet of fucking. I don't even understand the title of this video anymore. It's Pull Girls Easily, but doesn't seem like there was anything easy about this. He met someone that claimed to be an NBA player that invited him to a mansion and then assigned 3 women to fuck him. Like, that's not exactly a lesson that can translate to most people. Of course, it's all made up and shit, but the takeaway here is basically nothing. It's a fucking nothing burger. It's this guy trying to make himself look cool and embarrassing himself.
So translate that into like my own lifestyle. Now from Instagram, I say, you know what? I can have 3 in one day. Why can't I do it myself? Learning from Deals on Demand that you guys are gonna learn if you bought the course. We're gonna re-release it soon, coming up maybe like next month. That whole setup there can be done for yourself through Instagram or dating apps.
How is me buying your course going to help me fuck 3 times in one day? Is the course just that NBA player's phone number for his mansion of sex? Like, there's just nothing you can really teach from this story you've told here. What a sad, lonely existence this must be. To be in this man's skin, walk a mile in his shoes, where he's self-conscious and insecure about how he slides into a booth. Oh, dear heavens. Lord have mercy. Imagine going to eat with this guy, and he's like, everyone fucking stop, wait! We have to be careful with how we enter this booth. We don't want our status to get lowered. So follow my lead. Just like this. Careful. Alright, now you go. No! You didn't bend your knees enough. You were gonna slide in here and serve the booth instead of the other way around. Do it again. I won't have you embarrass me.
Fully aware and present, and making any space that we're in serve us. If we're about to take a seat on a bench, we don't want to take too little of space. Don't do it like that. Just don't. Why would other want to notice me if I'm trying to hide?
I just love the way this one starts, where he's kind of like hyping up what he's about to do, which is just sitting down. Like the most normal human instinct ever, just sitting down, taking a load off. And he's like, alright, we're about to do this. This is high stakes. You don't want to do it like this, where you're hiding away, because who want to notice you when you're hiding? And then his big eureka revelation was, spread your legs out a little bit. Or, check this out. The real alpha male move is to just sit the fuck down and not give a shit. I would say that's far more alpha than thinking through every single minute detail of how you're about to sit down, turning this normal activity that every human being does into this massive song and dance with multiple steps that you go through. But, you know, maybe I sound crazy. But, like, nothing changes. So you send your kids to school for 8 hours a day, meaning you send your kids to school for 2 days in your time frame. Nothing changes. Literally nothing at all changes. All it is your perception of what your days are. But nothing, literally nothing changes. And he's openly just saying that. He's just like, okay, at noon, I recalibrate. Now I'm in day 2 mode. Great. Very good. Excellent. Basically he's basically invented a schedule. And he thinks he has, like, manipulated time, like an X-Men or something. So does he shower every day? No, he only showers on the 3rd day, I think, because the 3rd day falls, like, 6 to midnight. So I'm guessing he showers every 3 days.
Maybe it's once a month. Really great entrepreneurs once a week. What if it was 3 times in a given 24-hour day, where you're making assessments, adjustments? And by the way, this includes fun, relaxation, and everything. But now I'm getting 21 days a week when the average person I was competing against as an entrepreneur is getting 7. Stack that up over a month, a year, 5 years.
He's an android. He's literally just an android. He just says the same script over and over and over and over and over and over again. He loves it. He loves that line. I'm still learning nothing about this. It's just, it's actual mumbo jumbo. It's so good. Do people believe this shit? They must. He's very popular. Though I guess, admittedly, in every comment section I've checked so far, everyone's clowning on him. So maybe not. Maybe he's too much for even those people that buy into, like, every single thing that has a cover that looks like this.
In my case, 30 years, you have a completely different existence in the world, and you are happier and more successful. So that's what I mean by bending and manipulating time. You are archaic if you measure a day in 24 hours anymore.
Wow. Yeah, that principle alone, you got to let that sit and go, okay, hold on, Ed. You're telling me that instead of 7 days,
Why do
I
you
can
suck
do
his
21
wiener?
days in a week. That
What's
kind
the
of hurts
point?
your brain to think about. But what you're saying is we're going to break this out into chunks of productivity, and it's not all work. You're not working for 18 hours. You're saying you're building in all of those things, but you're super intentional about those hours.
Yeah, and
No shit, it's called a schedule. Every human being on the planet does the same thing, even for trivial tasks. Like, the new Andor episode drops tonight at 7. I'll make sure to set aside a little chunk of time so I can watch that. For him, what he's doing is, I'm setting aside an entire day to watch that. It's the same fucking concept. He doesn't get any more productivity or anything else done. What a fascinating, weird scam to be peddling. But perhaps I'm just too locked into my archaic 24-hour days. Maybe I can't see the genius. Maybe that's the problem. Don't know if I'd call it a scam. He wrote a book about it. I consider it a scam. The second you write and sell a book about this kind of garbage, I consider you a scammer.
Number 3, you don't have abs. Every single man should be between 10 to 12% body fat. Being in great shape shouldn't be a choice for you. If you don't have abs, bro, you're pretty average.
It's like listening to a teenage girl describe what she thinks a man should be after watching Twilight. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, though, he speaks about being average as if it's the worst thing in the world, like this unforgivable sin. And that's just a sign of the times where everyone thinks that you need to be like the special snowflake. Everyone's gotta be like the most unique Sigma grinder, or else what's the point? I just find that to be so pathetic. He is an average guy. This is not a guy who's going in the street turning heads. Very few people are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let him convince you otherwise. People aren't letting him cut in line. There's probably plenty of times people don't say bless you when he sneezes in public. And I promise you, sodden panties aren't dropping when he mentions his net worth to women. He even posts some videos of him out in the field talking to women, and they are damn near unwatchable. He has the same amount of riz as someone on Discord does in a Valorant server. It's rough. Like, I've got to show you this one.
Where you heading to now?
I was actually gonna go to the mall.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seem like a cool person.
Yeah.
Well, we should hang out.
I have a boyfriend.
Okay. No worries. Thank you. You guys to rate my body 1 through 10.
I guess about a 10.
And you?
8.
What do you think I need to work on to make it a 10?
It ain't nothing you can work on. You just short.
Yikes. Oof. That comment about being short hits me right here. 5'6" gang. I feel you, brother. That's rough. But the first one is about, like, how to handle rejection. In his credit where credit's due, in his defense, at least he wasn't like a lot of the other alpha male weirdos that just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and don't take no for an answer. At least after, like, the painful 60 seconds he spends of just absolutely hammering this poor woman with tons and tons of questions, he at least just bows out respectfully, like, oh, okay, no worries. After just wasting a minute of her time just asking nonsense questions for the sake of his video. I spared you a lot of that misery. I couldn't help but leave in that last little tidbit where he dropped the actual iconic line of, "You seem like a cool person." That is verbatim what every trash pickup artist ever has said on camera. And it has never ever worked ever. And never ever will. It was pretty bad. Anyway, though, he's not playing a character and these aren't satirical. His whole life and his whole career revolves around his physique and his looks. He's a narcissist. When he jerks off, he's probably not even coming from whatever video he's watching or whatever he's stimulating himself with. He's probably coming to the fact that he gets the honor of touching his own penis. Like, this guy, everything he says and does is all about his own interpretation of his beauty. And he tries to impart that onto his audience and tries to give them advice to guide them down his path of what he believes it is to be a beautiful man. And it's very odd. It's so weird. I actually went to his channel and he was streaming at the time. And he has a lot of content where he just has men call him and he'll rate them and try and improve their looks. So he tries to turn these dudes into better looking men in his eyes. Like, well, I wouldn't fuck you like that. So here's what I would do to help you get to a fuckable point. And I actually tuned in for quite a while. There were a couple of moments where he offered like legitimately good advice in between kind of like shitting on a couple of people, but he did sometimes offer like advice to people that were seeming a bit lost on things, which was cool to see. But then it was sandwiched in between just making fun of the person and offering dog shit advice. I do think there is real value in sometimes having someone come in and just be blunt about things that you might want like a second opinion on. Like, hey, I'm not exactly sure if this hairstyle is working. What do you think? And just having someone be kind of honest about it. I wish someone would have done that for me in high school when I shaved the sides of my head but kept the top long so it was a fucking reverse rat tail. I looked like some kind of crazy villain out of the X-Men. But I'm not convinced he's the fucking oracle people should be going to get answers to all their questions or get advice from. It's a real mixed bag, and it seems like most of the time people just end up being the butt of the joke for him and his chat, as opposed to trying to actually offer legitimately good advice. But the point is, his whole identity online is revolving around being a narcissist and trying to be like the alpha male presenting to other men to try and like give them advice and put them on the path of alpha, which is so cringe.
And I started taking it with me everywhere and using it with me everywhere. So what the Princess Treatment formula is it is literally the formula that tells you exactly how to think, how to act, and how to feel like you are the literal it girl. Like you are a celebrity that every single person is obsessed with, and puts you in your divine magnetic feminine energy. So people just see you and they see you as like this little princess who is just this shining diamond.
Oh yeah, I love when they really get lost in the sauce, like so deep into their own ass, just like fucking swimming with the farts in their own colon, that they start throwing terms together and making this like Frankenstein fuckfest. Magnetic divine feminine energy. Oh, magnetic now came in off the sidelines here. I was pretty surprised not to hear chakra thrown around, or maybe like the kundalini perhaps with some 9-dimensional breathing sprinkled in there. I think she could have gone a little harder there on the nonsense buzzwords, but it was at least a good attempt by throwing magnetic in here, because then there's some absolute lobotomites that's going to hear magnetic divine feminine energy and be like, well, I know magnets, I know magnetic. I mean, that's a science term. This must be like the real deal.
And they want to just serve and protect and just make you happy. So what I do is I pull out the formula on my phone before I go out with the girls, before I go anywhere, and I just literally do exactly what the formula says. I start thinking the way that it tells me to do, I start feeling the way that it tells me to do, which changes the way that you energetically radiate, and I act the exact way that it tells me to act.
Sounds like this formula is less of an app and more like a mind control device. Who's behind this? Plankton? There's the chum bucket helmets? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I download it, and then, like, I think the way it tells me to think, I act the way it tells me to act, and before I know it, I don't even know who I am anymore, or where I am, or what's going on. It's great. It's absolutely extraordinary. And the way she pitches it makes it sound like it's going to turn every man around you in the vicinity to, like, your slave. Like, they're just gonna be, like, obsessed with you, blowing kisses, crawling around on their hands and knees, trying to, like, make out with your toes and open every door, like lay down on puddles, all because this app is telling you, hey, be confident today. Like it's going to be like reading fortune cookie shit at you, I bet. Like, today's your day. Here's how you need to feel. Confident. You are the it girl. Remember that. Okay, now why isn't every single guy falling over themselves to hold this door open for me?
It literally also gives you scripts to get princess treatment from any man that you come across and every single person that you come across.
No, that's too powerful. She's got the Winter Soldier codes. No, not the scripts. Oh, Lord, help us. Oh, God. Following the princess formula scripts, everyone is defenseless. That could be anyone. It could be you, it could be me, it could be your mom, your dad, your dog, oh my god!
Like exactly what to say to get them to open the door for you, to buy you flowers, to pay the bill for you, to always take you on special dates and to spoil you. Literally just changes my whole entire attitude.
I love that, the Jedi mind trick. You want to pay this bill? I'm sure the scripts from the $37 Princess Treatment Formula app are so powerful that you can just say that phrase to any dude on the street and he will instantly fork over the cash for your bills. I have no doubt about that, actually. I'm sure it'll work. It's just such a goofy concept. Imagine someone's a novice to the princess formula. They're out in public and looking to try out one of the scripts. So they're referring to their phone. Pardon me, stud. As you can see, I am a diamond, but my wallet is a little empty. If only a super strong man was around to put money in it for me.
You can take L's all your life, you can take W's, but the point here is that like, you can have whatever you want in this life. You made that choice. So for me, I was at a point where 3 a day was easily done through Instagram, and that's what I did.
But even in this fantasy, that's not what you did. You didn't set up 3 girls in one day through Instagram or anything like that. A guy did it for you. He fucking told them to have sex with you. You didn't talk to them through Instagram, you didn't get to know them or anything like that. Even in their own stories, they can't help but just treat women like objects. Like, yeah, he gave me 3 women to fuck. And that's why I'm the king of Instagram dating. Like, what are you talking about? It's so fucking wild.
First, I don't lean over it. Actually use my whole body. When I'm trying to shift, I'm not putting my head there and then moving. The proper way to do it, get up, shift the whole body with your head, continue the movement. And it's pathetic if you drop some and you stop looking and acting frustrated.
This is big. This one's actually very important. When you drop something, there are proper mechanics you must demonstrate when picking it up. Otherwise, people are going to look at you weird. People aren't going to respect you anymore. Someone's going to see you drop your suitcase, and then everyone's on bated breath, walking on fucking eggshells. What's going to happen next? How is he going to pick it up? Is he going to pick it up like a bitch, or is he going to pick it up like a man? This shit is just so dumb. It's unbelievable. And I'm pretty confident there are people that see this and are like, oh, great advice. I'm going to need to work on my picking up dropped suitcases game. I'm going to need to work on how I sit down. Maybe that's why I've been so agonizingly lonely. People have noticed that I'm not sitting properly. And honestly, I remember when I went to the bar last week to watch the big game, I slid into the booth. Well, yikes. What was I thinking? That wasn't Sigma. Now I know. Now I can fix it. That'll turn everything around. 100%. Wait, is that a real price right there? If you want to hire him to talk, it costs $200,000. Here's his biography. Here we go. Ed Milet, entrepreneur, best-selling author, podcast host. He travels from California, and his speaking fee for live events is $100,000 to $200,000, or for a virtual event, $50,000 to $100,000. Wow. That'll get your mindset right. The #1 mindset coach right there, baby. For the low, low price of $100,000 to $200,000. Nice. No wonder his mindset's so good. People willingly pay that. The Chronomancer. Yeah. That website is crazy. You can see a bunch of celebrity speaking prices. Let's see. Speakers. Celebrity. You can hire actors to come speak. Sean Austin? Sean Austin's speaking fee is $30,000 to $50,000? I saw Danny Trejo right under that. Danny Trejo's everywhere. Or at least he used to be. This one's a live event, please contact, so no listed rate. He's always struck me as like a good guy. I imagine you reach out to him, you're like, hey Danny, I'd really like you to come speak at my child's 14th birthday party if you wouldn't mind. He'd probably be like, I'll be there. No, you don't need to pay me, I'll just be there. Let's talk about Spy Kids. Let's do, who do that for basketball? Is LeBron on here? Muggsy Bogues! 10 to 20K. Man, does everybody in the world do, like, seminars now? Magic John... Mark Cuban... for 200K and above. Why, man? Dude's already a billionaire. What the fuck is even the point?
This is how you sit like a fucking man. You don't sit with your legs spread open. You don't sit with your legs crossed. You don't sit hunched over. You sit up straight. Legs are shoulder width apart. Back is relaxed. Shoulder blades are relaxed. You don't sit like you're scared. You don't sit scratching your head. Little things like this, guys, affect how people treat you. If you're at a meeting or you're on a date with a girl and you like this or you like this, she's gonna be like, who is this little girl? Sit like a man, comfortable. And you're gonna look like one.
Sitting tutorials? Really, brother? You know what a man doesn't do? Teach other men how to sit. Try and preach about how a man should sit. What the fuck? No, you don't sit like this. 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 You sit like this. And you sit like this. And you sit like this. And then you sit like this. And then maybe you sit like this. With a little bit of honking. And then women are going to love you. And then they're going to let you cut in line. And if you sneeze, everyone's saying bless you, I swear to God. And it's all because of how you sit.
It is possible to make your junk bigger, bro. You just don't know how. There have literally been clinical studies that prove that using traction devices, lengthening devices can improve your size over time. The problem that men have is you don't know which routine or what to do to actually make it work. What I'm gonna say is improving your size is possible, but it takes a lot of time and you need to do it the safe way. I've been improving my size for over the last year and a half. I've helped other guys do the same thing. You can see their results as well.
Please don't tell me you are giving men advice on how to make their cock bigger in Discord messages. That is so fucking weird. What? Oh, God. So I told you Jelking is back. Like, Jelking has made a huge resurgence. So he has a couple videos about making your penis bigger, like enhancing wee-wee size. And so he has like a couple of shorts about it. brother, what? And he's talking about how he's been working on his size too, which is a huge self-report on that. That's telling me that you got a small wiener and you're coping with it a little bit. Like, man, why? This is not alpha anymore.
In the way that I act like that, and then everyone else around me changes their energy towards me, changes the way they treat me like that. Like, this is literally the secret, and I'm putting all the girls on. If you want to get instant access to the formula and download it to your phone, take it with you everywhere and literally embody and radiate being that girl. If you want to see all the other girls who are literally using this and changing how they act and how everyone treats them overnight, literally go to the first link in my bio.
So clicking the link in her bio takes me to this page, and I feel like I owe her an apology. I've been saying it's a $37 course, but according to this, it's actually a $47 course, a little more expensive than I was saying. I was cheapening the experience, and I do humbly apologize. Hopefully she doesn't use any of the all-powerful scripts against me and turn me into a bill-paying servant of hers. But she also has something called the High-Value Women Formula. That, man, some of those words look real familiar to some of the alpha male courses that are very popular. Now, the reason I thought it was $37 is because on another website that has the same name or the same handle as hers, they have the Princess Treatment Formula for $37, and it has like a very similar layout to the one that's on the other store for $47. So I don't know which one's like the real one, or if they're both real but different prices. Maybe one's old, one's new, I don't know. But on this site, they also have this, which had me giggling. Princess Treatment Formula, normally $250. Can you fucking imagine paying $250 for this? And then they have like a ton of testimonials here. So here's like 3 random screenshots. Hello, Ari. I recently bought the Princess Treatment Formula, and I think it's one of the best investments I could ever make before you. I used to be in my masculine energy. Whatever the fuck that means. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an energy expert, but I don't know what being in your masculine energy would mean in this context unless she was walking around smoking a cigar, dribbling a basketball, and just hitting every stranger with crossovers or something. I don't fucking know. But your tips literally saved me. Every man treats me like a queen now, and it's very life-changing. Here's another one. He took me shopping on our second date and bought $600 worth of clothes, perfume, and makeup. I haven't even kissed this man. The formula is extremely powerful, no doubt. I could see why it was once $250. She's kind of just giving it away now with the $37 to $47 ballpark range. Crazy. I just had to talk about this a little bit. It is so interesting how big this whole like guru space has become, where now it's spread from like the traditional alpha male hustle to now doing the same thing but targeting women. And it seems like it's pretty successful based on what I've seen from it, so I guess it's working there too. I guess this will always just be a very successful business venture, I suppose. That's really about it. See ya.